fellow entrepreneurs, welcome to my channel. My name is Ting Ting. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I started this channel to share my experiences in entrepreneurship and leadership and hope I can help someone like you. Today, I would like to share one of the lessons I've learned in my entrepreneurship journey, which is creating emotional safety in the workplace and why it is that important. In my last video about how to let go control and grow your business, I've shared one of my biggest lessons was I simply was asserting too much control. I was being a perfectionist and I was hard on my stuff when I made mistakes. Essentially, I realized I wasn't creating emotional safety and psychological safety in the workplace. Creating emotional safety in the workplace means your staff feel safe to voice their opinions, to openly communicate and speak up, and not feeling the vulnerability of being criticized or being judged. When people don't feel emotionally safe in the workplace, they tend to be held back by their fear to speak up or share their views. The consequences can be devastating, especially in safety-oriented operations, such as healthcare or aviation. Just to give you an example, in 1997, Korean Air had a plane crash. And later on, it was found out the main reason it happened was the co-pilot was intimidated and didn't speak up about the plane running out of fuel. If you operate in an industry that strives on innovation and creativity, if there is a lack of emotional safety at your workplace, your people will feel very reluctant to speak up on new ideas, suggestions, or take risks to launch some new initiatives. Here are the 10 ways to create emotional safety at your workplace. Number 1, it's okay to make mistakes and own up to it. The more you are able to allow mistakes, and take it as a learning lesson, the more your people are willing to take responsibility, own up to it, because they don't feel being punished. This will greatly reduce lack of transparency, potential lies, and cover-ups of mistakes, which could be even more devastating. I remember whenever there's a new staff joining the company, the management team always encourage them saying, the first 3 months is your probation period. Your job is to make as many mistakes as possible so that we can learn from it. After the probation period, let's try to reduce it to the bare minimum. Number 2, value your people's contribution and let them have their own voice. At your next brainstorming session, let's say one of your staff is pushing forward a new idea. Even in your head, this idea has been tried and tested and it will not fly. Try to be patient, hear them out, be curious, ask questions, encourage them to spend more time on market research and validation. At the end of the day, if they find out the idea doesn't fly, at least they felt they've been heard, their opinions are important, and they will not feel judged, and they will not feel bad speak about next idea, which could be working. 3, promote healthy conflicts. Face it, conflicts are scary. Most people will try to avoid conflicts at all costs because it is energy draining and potentially it could ruin relationships. So if you are able to demonstrate to your people when next time you are having a conflict with one of your co-workers and you're handling it in a calm manner, you are able to confront the person, deal with the conflict without getting angry, without getting dramatic, without getting personal. People see that as an example and they will follow. 4, celebrate individualism and diversity. People are at their best when they feel accepted as who they are. If you have a minority of employees that has a special religious or ethnicity or even dietary background, it's very important for them to feel safe and feel accepted and feel celebrated and be proud even about who they are, rather than being perceived as an inconvenience and a weirdo. 5. Focus on increasing trust. If you don't know something, say you don't know. If you made a mistake, acknowledge and take responsibility. If you promise something, do deliver. If you see there's a gossiping and a bad mouthing going on, stop it immediately and ask people to communicate openly and don't take side. If someone has a bad day or a bad performance due to some external factors, don't throw them under the bus. All these little things will add up to increased trust. 6. Practice kindness and compassion. We are all human beings and nobody is perfect. We all can have a bad day, a bad month, and sometimes external circumstances are really stressful. So when people are not at their best, it's very important to assume that they have tried their best, they have the best intentions to deliver, and try to see it from that perspective and try to give them time and try to be compassionate and empathetic towards their situation without making them feel more guilty and bad about themselves. 7. Encourage curiosity and risk-taking. In my own company, for example, every month we will gather team members from the same department to brainstorm new ideas, and we ask all the staff to take on one new initiative or project once a quarter. And we will be fully supportive towards that as long as they are able to come up with the evidences that this is going to improve the process or performance or efficiency. The interesting thing about that is when you put it out there and saying, hey guys, we will invest and encourage you to do whatever projects you feel that's innovative and interesting and is going to get results, they actually starts to be more open by giving you new ideas as well, even when you're not asking for it. 8. Recognize and reward efforts, not only results. Most organizations have a well-established incentive scheme to reward based on performance, targets, and achievements. But sometimes we overlook on celebrating the efforts people take, because sometimes innovation takes a bit of a long time of trial and error before there is a breakthrough of successful results. If we only recognize and reward the results, we will not be able to encourage those innovative ideas that may take a bit longer time to fruition. 9. Encourage transparency and brutal honesty. Nowadays, I always tell my staff, if you are feeling demotivated, you feel there's something I did or said that's not supporting you in the way you want it to be, if you feel bored, if you feel you need more challenges, if you feel you're underpaid, do come tell me. Please communicate those so that give me a chance. I can fix it for you. I can change something up. I can retain you before you go out and find another job. Because at the end of the day, I'm also learning to be a better leader. I can't possibly guess what's in your head. So please tell me what you think, even you think that's going to hurt. 10. Offer an outlet and space for feedback. Usually, if there's a lot of pent-up emotions, negativity, or grievances in the workplace, it's not necessarily because the workplace is really that bad. It's just people feel there are some problems, sometimes very small problems they're facing. They kind of have voiced it, but nobody really hear them out and address it and solve it. So this pent-up emotion over time become bigger and bigger until the point that they feel demotivated. So it's very important to be able to, as an organization, set up outlets and space for those feedbacks to be heard, such as having an HR department or person to talk to your people regularly, get a feel about where they are emotionally, whether there's any small problems or people or things that they're not happy with, so that we can hear them out and address it. Or you can have things such as a survey anonymously for people to share with the top management what are the things they're not happy about. Sometimes people just wanted to be heard. I hope you enjoyed today's video and learned something today. If you'd like to have more videos on entrepreneurship, leadership, and psychology, please do subscribe to my channel below. My name is Ting Ting. If you like today's video, please also give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. I hope I can see you next time then. Have a lovely day. Bye.